YouTube, and welcome to another exciting season of Slotted In There. And yes, we're back with some lovely tech guidance, gaming, and all those exciting things that you love. And obviously, we're sorting out problems as we always do, because we're pretty much a service. We're a great public service that you need and you want in your life. But I can't do it all alone, so let me just bring in my comrades in arms. It's Damien, Tim, and Sean.
Hello.
Hello.
Jolly good, we're all ready for another exciting season of Slotted In There, guys.
Yes.
Oh God, thrilled. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
It's like I've got a banana in my mouth.
That
It's
good egg.
fabulous.
Well, let's get that excitement going
right.
for everyone here. I've been in between what I've been doing in the off season. I've been getting into retro games and everything. I've been playing a lot of Excitebike, if I can say the word. Off the NES. It's very exciting. If you've never seen it before, you're sort of like on a little dirt bike, aren't you? Jumping over jumps in the stadium, and you've got to try and be there as best you can, the quickest one. That's sort of like a little racing game, and it was brilliant. I thought I really want to do that in real life. Yeah, so I've got fields out the back, and I see all the kids. They're doing all the jumps on the sort of mud piles and everything. I thought I can do a bit of that, but I've only got a push bike, so I thought I wanted to be a bit more exciting. So I gave it to my friend and went, "Can you make this a bit more exciting?" Thinking he's going to put some battery in the back of it or something, so I can go a bit faster on my little bike, to help me get over jumps and all that lot. I don't really like the adjustments they did. I didn't find it very exciting that he removed my seat. Actually, it was a bit painful, really, more than anything. Especially when you're over the bumps. But what do I know and everything. Let's get on with the show.
On that bum note, yeah.
So it's This Week in Gaming. It's that part of the show we talk about games we played this week, or maybe you probably played them a bit before we start the season. But it's generally some games we want to talk about this week. And Sean's going to kick us off this time. Sean, what have you been playing?
Well, this week I've been playing Avowed by Xbox Game Studios. Welcome to Avowed, the latest action RPG from Obsidian Entertainment. Set in the rich and mysterious world of Eora, this epic tale plunges you into the living lands, an untamed frontier brimming with danger, wonder, and secrets waiting to be uncovered.
How awful. Not to worry, head boy. You got one of the bastards.
Avowed is not the normal type of game that I would choose to play, but I wanted to go out of my comfort zone and experience a game of this type.
If it is a watcher you seek, then a watcher you have found.
This is giving me the shakes. Right, maybe I'll stand outside.
Why have you come to me, godlike?
The main quest can be completed in around 20 hours, which appealed to me, much less than the hundreds of hours normally needed to complete a game like this. If you simply don't have the time to sink into an RPG game like The Witcher, Avowed may be the game for you.
Thoughts and whispers, we feel them rumble beneath the surface. We smell conflict. Kith turn on kith. We do not understand.
So, what's the game about? Well, you step into the boots of an envoy from the Adia Empire. Sent to investigate a dark plague known as the Dream Scourge, this mysterious affliction is tearing through the living lands, and it's up to you to uncover its origins. The game's story is also about you, uncovering secrets about yourself as well as finding out about the Dream Scourge.
Everyone okay?
Venture past the palisades at your own risk. There's no guarantee of safety out in the wild.
Beautiful view from these cliffs. real long way down, too.
Combat is as you would expect, with an array of weapons, magic and throwables at your command. Buffs and perks can be applied, leveling up your character as you go. The main story is interesting and will keep you returning to the game, and your decisions during the game do impact on how the game's story plays out, so choose carefully. With its intricate lore, captivating characters and action-packed gameplay, Avowed is the RPG for people who wouldn't normally play this type of game. Give it a go. So, why was I playing Avowed this week? Avowed is not normally the sort of game that I would go for. Sort of an RPG, run around, do tasks, modify things, build things, and modify your weapons and that kind of stuff. I don't really find that kind of game entertaining. But what drew me to this one was it's a fairly short campaign story. It's not one of those like The Witcher where you can put like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into it and still not finish it. I think the main story is about 30 hours max. It's fairly contained. The world's fairly contained. So I thought I'd give it a go. I'd push myself out of my comfort zone, out of the normal sort of stuff I play. And to be fair, I'm having a decent time with it. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm actually fairly enjoying what I'm doing. And it's keeping me entertained.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. Any of you guys had a go
No.
at playing it? No.
It's not my type of game, but it does look pretty. The content looks really good. The art direction's fantastic, but if it's not on rails and exploding every 2 minutes, it loses my interest. So for that reason, I'm out.
Fair enough. Brilliant, jolly good. So the next game, I think we'll go to Tim's game. But Tim, tell us now, is this season, are we looking forward to some more card action from yourself, or you got a different theme this season?
Yeah, this season it's all about dice.
Good. We're looking forward to that.
Although I might be playing something that involves a random number generator at some point. We'll see. We'll see about it. But no, spoiler alert. But this time around, I've been playing Gunpoint.
Gunpoint is a simple puzzler game where you can jump super high, but the guards appear to have precognition and perfect aim. Your goal is to hack the 3 terminals you can see on the right-hand side of the screen. And in order to do that, you need to inspect the gadget your way around the level and maybe do a bit of rewiring. So I'm going to disable this door panel so the guard on the right-hand side can't open that door and come looking for me. Next, we're going to knock this guy out of the window. And as you can see, he cannot get through. Idiot. In order to get to the terminal just beyond that idiot, we're going to have to take him out. So I can't actually open these doors using the palm print panels, which means I got to do some rewiring. So what I'm going to do is select this light switch over here and then hook that up to the top of the door. I can then flip that light switch when the guard is preferably facing the other way. And then we need to do a little light defenestration. Although for some reason I didn't smash that window. Let's sort that. Now that I've gained access to the room with the terminal, all I need to do is hack it very quickly, and then let's go down in the lift and have a look at the next level. The guard seems to be facing to the right, so if I slide down here... Oh, because the lift binged, he faced my way instead. We got to go back up and do a little bit more rewiring. So we're going to go back to this light switch again, but this time we're going to hook it up to the door that's now behind him, and we've just got to smoothly drop down to the floor below. Blech. Sneaking in through the door behind him, we now have access to the terminal and to the back of the guard. Now we could take him out at this point, but actually there's no need. We can just hack the terminal and he'll never even know I was there. Moving on to the third and final terminal, there's a slight problem because there's a camera overwatching the position as we move in. So we can hook up the light switch to that camera and just jump up to that light switch yet again, flip it, and we got the camera off. Now we just need to deal with problem guard number 3. Anyway, we can now hack the third and final terminal before jumping back across the top of the building and escaping, as always, through the subway station. Now you may find that you burn your way through all of the in-game levels fairly quickly, but don't worry, Steam Workshop's got you back, with user-made levels for days. So pick up your copy today.
Yeah, so well, Gunpoint, I've really enjoyed it. It's a very simple little single-screen puzzle game. You don't have to go like gallivanting. You know, it's not like Sean's game with Avowed, where you're going all over the place trying to solve one mystery or do another quest or whatever. It's all contained within one screen. Simple principle. But there are so many different ways to solve any given problem that you've got. And what with it being connected to the Steam Workshop, you've got all these extra bits of content that other people have made. You can just throw it all together and have a great, like you can waste a whole day playing this thing without really noticing the day pass. It's simple, it's beautiful, and it's elegant in its own unique way.
I quite liked it. It looked really good. I like the concept to jump very high, and I do like puzzle games. I don't think I'm very good at them, but I am sort of drawn to puzzle games at the moment. So I did watch that thinking I might quite like that as well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like I say, because even though it's a puzzle game, it's not one of these puzzles on rails where there is only one solution. You can come up with any weird, wonderful solution. Technically, it's actually kind of a time trial. So you're trying to get to the end as quickly as you can. But you don't have to play it like that, and I don't really play it like that. I just kind of enjoy the sitting there going, well, this can go to that, and this can figure this, and come up with my own solution in my own unique and strange style. But that's what I like about it. You play it the way you want to play it.
Jolly good, jolly good. And I mean,
No
your games guys, they seem a bit violent though, and they're all like attacking things and everything. So we need a nice, cuddly, cute game from Damien. Damien, what have you been playing?
Well, this week I had pie. Hell pie. Remember the fun times you had with 3D platformer games like Spyro the Dragon, Super Mario 64, or Ratchet and Clank? Well, a small development team from Germany called Sluggerfly brought this fun back to us in 2022 with a devilishly new take on this style of game. Welcome to Hell. Meet our character, Nate, the demon of bad taste. He's been given the quest of gathering ingredients for Satan's birthday pie. And the head chef, he's going to give us the lowdown on what's needed. But don't worry, our hero Nate doesn't have to venture on this epic journey alone. Oh no, this is Nugget, Nate's pet cherub. Offering holy support whilst you're chained together at the horn. You can use this adorable guy as a weapon. Or even a grappling hook. Just make sure you feed him. Not only can you use Nugget, but you have the gift of interchangeable horns which you can find around certain levels. That said, new things like this don't come without a sacrifice. The gameplay is smooth and not too taxing. Various skills are required like double jump, wall climbing, and just good timing. All the things that you'd expect from a 3D platformer, really. And shotguns. There's always room for a shotgun. Anywho, all you have to do in this game is roam the levels and collect the recipe items. And return them to the chef. You can collect gemstones so you can purchase new attire for yourself. And even for that happy little guy Nugget. You may also find additional clothing while you explore too. There are side quests to enjoy along the way, which are provided by some of these nice inhabitants. What more could you ask for? Skill trees? Boss battles? Yep, those are in here too. All adding to the gameplay experience. The graphics are great in that disgusting, over-the-top gore way. The humour is dark and twisted, and some things are just pure smut. This game is a great platformer, with dark comedic adult content that will run on a toaster. And it also features controller support. Hellpie is a seriously twisted take on a classic mascot platformer, where you have to do whatever it takes to get those ingredients. Or there'll be hell to pay. Well, I quite enjoyed this basic little platformer. It's dark sense of humour. It's got a very good cartoon style behind it. The controls are on point. It's a brilliant game, although some of the jokes and weirdness gets a bit much after a while. But the game, I enjoyed it. Brilliant.
It definitely looked like a lot of cheeky fun to me. bit rude in places by the looks of it as well.
Yeah, to be fair, blurring some of it out was quite challenging.
Well, it did look good to me. Maybe some of the themes were a bit off, but it looked very cute and a lovely platformer, like say a retro sort of style 3D platformer. So it looked quite good from that end. But yeah, I don't know. You know, you blurred out some of the content I couldn't really see, but I might have to have a look myself and see.
Give it a go. It's definitely, you'll enjoy it. It's worth it.
I'm sure I would. Brilliant, lovely. And then that just leaves me with my game. And I thought this time I'm going to go and save a world. I need a game where I can save a world. And what best to save the world with than a llama? So, Lamatron 2112 or 2112, however you're supposed to say it. It's basically in the future, isn't it? And you're a llama, basically protecting the world from aliens and all that lot. It's a very crazy, wacky little game that I found on Antstream to play. I think it's originally on the Amiga. And that's the beauty of his old sort of indie games, isn't it? Of his old consoles. You could just come up with some crazy concept, and that's what drew me to it. Going, a llama fighting, and it's such an addictive little game. You go along, you're blasting stuff with your llama. If you save other llamas on the screen at the time, or little goats, isn't it? You can get points and then get some power-ups as well. That'll help you shoot, you know, a better gun or something, or rapid fire, those sort of things. Which again, you'll lose when you die, and oh my goodness, you'll die a lot in this one. You can have a nice little run. It's one of those games you can have a good little run, going, yeah, I'm surviving forever, and then all of a sudden you just start dying and dying and dying and dying and dying and dying, which can be quite frustrating. But it's a fun little game. It's literally a drop in and play game. You can play for 10-15 minutes and go back and have another little go, and it's so wacky. The sound effects are amazing. The art style for what it is just brilliant, and it's just so over the top. some of the enemies that come out, you're just like, what is going on? So every stage is a bit different. Has lots of different challenges, obstacles you have to avoid. You can turn, if you don't save some of the goats or the little llamas, they can turn into zombie ones that come really quick at you. So there's a sort of challenge there of trying to collect them first before they get turned into zombies. And like I say, you just get weird bosses on different levels. Just it's completely bonkers, to be honest. And because you don't know a lot about it, it's absolutely great. You can just pick it up and play and go, what is going on with this game? But yeah, I can't say much about it. It's such a wacky little game that I found, and I recommend you try. Like I say, it's just to drop in, have a little play, have a bit of fun for 10-15 minutes and go out of it. But you'll find you'll probably want to play it a lot longer because it's a very addictive little game. Well, I love his game. This game was amazing, guys. Honestly, it's one of them. I loved it so much because you just stumbled across it. I was like on the Ant Stream service and thought, oh, that looks a bit quirky, a bit llama. And I love that sort of humour. It's absolutely amazing. If you like that sort of Monty Python, sort of British humour, it's just brilliant. That's a little game and the noises from it. And it was quite addictive. I was quite surprised how long I just played it. I died a lot, but it's one of those classic retro games that you just pick up and keep going again and do another little run. What do you guys think?
I seem to recall Sean knows a bit about this, doesn't he?
Well, Lamatron originally was produced by Jeff Minter back in the early 1980s, I think on the C64, the original Lamatron, and Lamasoft, with the company he formed, produced some absolutely classic games. Quite psychedelic, quite off the charts, with regards to the characters and the methods he used for his games. Totally left center of field, if you want, for want of a better phrase. Brilliant programmer, innovative. He actually went on to produce the first Xbox. Do you remember the music visualizer thing? What you had when you could put CD in the original Xbox, and then you had like these weird trippy patterns. That was him. So got loads of time and love for Jeff Minter and his games. Brilliant.
I also have a little bit of a connection with this game because I go by the online handle Loadertron, and the Tron part of that comes from Lamatron.
Nice.
All right. So have you played the game, then?
I have, yeah, many years ago. Well, I think it was Lamatron 3000. Wasn't there? Is there more than one version, or is it just that? I'm just misremembering.
There's lots of versions, and like Attack of the Mutant Camels, and there's all sorts.
I was going to say, I think the version that I played was called Lamatron 3000, but I could be totally misremembering that. We're talking 25, 30 years ago, so
it's like there's a theme.
So, what the tech? It's that part of the show where we give you some brilliant tech from nowadays or the past, for some future tech potentially, someone's idea, but it's going to be absolutely awesome. You want it in your life and you need to know about it, if not actually having a physical item in your life. Guys, let's get straight into it. And here's this week's What the Tech. So, initial thoughts, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's upside down. It looks like underwear.
Well, it looks like the cuff of a t-shirt and an arm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Could be. So, is your answer? It's a t-shirt. I brought the best tech ever in,
and it's a t-shirt.
It could be. It's pretty good tech. But let's give you some options here. Okay, so is it a thicker, stronger set of braces that can hold up concrete trousers? Is it B, a shopping basket you wore over your head supported by your shoulders so your hands were free when shopping? On your head. Or was it C, a radio that is worn around the neck and resonates sound through your bones?
I think it's C.
What makes you lean towards C, Damien, already?
Because the shopping basket thing, I think that's more of a child's game kind of thing, so you're shopping and you're throwing things up and trying to catch it in the basket. And a thicker, stronger set of braces that can hold up concrete trousers, you won't be able to bend your legs unless that's a mafia thing. But I thought that was just boots. So to me, logically, a radio that's worn around the neck, resonates sound through your bones, would be harmful with heavy metal.
I don't know. I think you probably want to look your best when you're about to be murdered by the mafia. So, some concrete support trouser braces, pretty nifty way to keep those concrete pants up. But having said that, I'm leaning towards B. I think a shopping basket. In fact, I would be inclined to say that I would be less interested in a shopping basket that could do that, but just some sort of carrier bag system that you could attach to your head or something like that, so that the walk home is a little bit easier rather than just the shopping around the shop bit. But that's a start. So I'm leaning towards B.
How are you gonna look both ways crossing the road when you've got carrier bags? I'm just,
smack himself in the face, but
they're only you can still do this. It's not like you're wearing Batman's helmet thing,
Well, might
Okay.
be,
I must admit I was leaning towards B for some strange reason, but seems we've already got a C and a B, and I know you keep saying this, Chris. You can choose the same ones and all the rest of it.
You can pick whatever you want.
I know, and I'm going to pick A. So at least one of us has got it right.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Found a loophole, Sean.
Got an A, B, and the C. So one, he has to get it right. Gosh darn it, I lose either way. Okay, so the answer is, I can reveal, is C. It is a radio that's worn around the neck and resonates sound through your bones.
Behold, peasants.
Allegedly.
Why would you want sound resonating through your bones? Is it like turning into a speaker?
It's supposed to be, like a speaker, isn't it? Resonates through you. So you could just wear it around you, and it's a sort of precursor to like your Sony Walkmans and actually having headphones and everything like that. It's a thing you could do when you went running, and you could do gardening. They had it in some of the adverts and everything. It's like you can listen to music while you're out and about, being physical and active.
Is this
about it being called a bone phone?
I was going to say this is from like the 60s or 70s, isn't it? Because nowadays a bone phone is a term that's used entirely differently.
Is it now? Would you like to share with the viewers?
Nope.
All right.
Is it like sexting, Sean? Is that what it is?
Is that bone phoning?
I don't know.
I'm far too innocent to know anything you're talking about, gentlemen. It's clearly just a great bit of tech from this. I don't even think it was the 60s. I want to say 70s. I can't remember. I had notes, but I never read them. But yeah, it's very good, isn't it? Yeah. So the idea, though, like I say, it was the first thing you could wear out and about, listen to stuff, cycling, running, and gardening, and all those things. Before we moved on to things like your little Walkmans and your iPods and I
think you'll find that now there's a set of headphones that you wear that fit around your ears and go around the back of your head, and it actually produces the noise inside your ear. So there's actually
resonates through your bones that way, doesn't it? So you can hear as well at the same time. Yeah.
Do you remember those back in the early 2000s when all those Bluetooth earpieces were all the rage, where you have the flashing blue thing? A lot of them picked up your voice through your jawbone, so it's the same sort of technology. Yeah.
Oh god, that was back in the days where ages ago you'd see somebody walking down the street talking to themselves and you thought they were mad, and then we hit like the 90s where everybody was wearing one of these things, but we still all thought they were mad. Now you just see somebody walking down the street talking to themselves and you just they're just on a phone call. It's fine.
No, they're just mad.
It's weird how these things come around. Well, they're also mad, but we all are.
But there you go. Brilliant. So there you go. A great bit of tech that was precursor to all the other things we just talked about. So yeah, there you go. And that was What the Tech for this week. Yay. Woo-hoo. So, gentlemen, our discussion for this episode, there's been a lot of chitter-chatter in the off-season when we've been off, all about an Xbox, a possible new Xbox. We could have handheld, but we're also generally on about an actual console, the next sort of console, and what shape and form it may have. So let's discuss, gentlemen, these rumours and see what the new Xbox could it be like, actually, where it's going to be a good one. Damien, you're going to fill us in with some rumoured sort of specifications from the device?
Yeah, I've got nothing concrete to say it's going to be whatever processor, but no doubt it will be a AMD of some description that's specific to the gaming console kind of ethos. But I think this one from Microsoft may be a little bit more special and a little bit more advanced from what we've heard on the grapevine, being it's going to be not just a console, but perhaps a PC as well. Running a sort of version of Windows in the background with an Xbox user interface and integration into many of the other kind of PC gaming front ends, such as GOG, Epic, and the best one, Steam. It's going to be a monster.
It's good. And I think that's where this one, the rumor, I mean, if it came to fruition, I think we'd all be very excited. Like, say, having that integration with Steam, because the beauty of that at the moment is on Steam, you can usually get some of these Sony games. So the Sony exclusives, like your God of Wars, isn't it? The Last of Us and everything that aren't on Xbox. If you can get Steam on your Xbox, you can play those PlayStation exclusives on your Xbox as well. So it's sort of will turn the whole market a bit on its head, won't it? It'll definitely get rid of that sort of Sony exclusives, Xbox exclusives, although they don't really have too many exclusives at the moment anymore. What do you think then, guys? Do you think this is a good idea, Sean or Tim?
Yeah, I do think it's a good idea. I think from and I must admit I've not read a lot up on the next Xbox, but the little I have read, they seem to be doubling down on the specs for it. Rumors are that they're going to really go big time on the hardware for this one, for the next generation of consoles. And if they can get this integration between these different providers and services onto their platform, that's going to be a huge game changer. Like you say, playing Steam games and Epic games and everything on this kind of like hybrid PC console, whatever it is. Brilliant. I'm all for that. Yeah, you know, when you've got all these different providers, and it was so frustrating years ago where, you know, you'd get your game on Sony PlayStation, someone would get it on PC, somebody get it, and some games would kind of work together and some wouldn't. It was so frustrating. Now, if that can all finally meld into one kind of, doesn't matter what you're playing it on, you can play it with your mates. Brilliant. I'm all for that.
I think it's going to be a really good push forward for the simple fact of it's going to get the console enthusiasts the PC kind of experience with the better resolutions, the higher graphic fidelity, the extra mile of what you get by being a PC gamer, with all the bells and whistles of being able to change the game on how you want it to play, how it runs, everything else like that. But still with kind of the console theory of you just put the game on and it plays. If this comes to light in the way that the rumor mills are going, I think this is going to be, in Lord of the Rings term, the one console to rule them all, if I'm honest, because it's going to have that encompassing all of it. But I do think there are kind of rumors that Sony are going to try and put dampeners on things. So if it's Xbox branded, you can't play the Sony games. But I don't know how they're going to do that, especially in a Win32 environment where it'll just go, I'm launching, and it will not go, I'm an Xbox. It'll just be PC because it'll be running on a Windows platform. So it'll be interesting to see if they manage to do that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting one. I don't like to say how they sort of stop that really, unless they made like the Steam store, which I don't think Steam would be into. It'd have to be a very regulated different version that you couldn't launch the Sony games on it somehow. But that'd be a bit of a downer, isn't it? Because like I say, I want to get rid of these console wars really. From a console sort of person, because I'm more console, I feel, than you guys who've generally been PC for ages. It'd be great, isn't it? To like say have that console that you could just swap things out of, like the easy bits, like a hard drive, because you could do that on like your PS3 quite easily, slot in and out. If you had something like that, and even something like RAM, you can get to the RAM and like learn how to put your RAM into all these people. So you don't need to do a pro version down the line. It could be like, and they can be Xbox branded RAM and Xbox hard drive, like they've done on the latest Xbox. You can buy really extortionately expensive, expansion hard drive for your Xbox, then, which is more expensive. But if it makes it easier for the users that aren't very confident to just slot those things in, and just make it, yeah, you see what I did there. You make it a lot better, it'd be great, wouldn't it? And then obviously you're probably getting them into the PC market. Going off what Microsoft have been saying, is it? They're doing all the adverts that it's an Xbox anywhere on anything. That's what they want anyway. So this could be the last Xbox, as it were. And then once you've sort of got it, well, you say the last official sort of Xbox, but after that, they'll probably just release mini PC things labeled as an Xbox, maybe, if that's the way it seems to be going. But yeah, Tim, any thoughts on the matter?
Well, I was going to say I'd be surprised if they made it upgradable. I suspect they probably won't. I suspect that they will probably solder everything to the motherboard much the same way they do with current gen consoles. But I am kind of interested in the hardware that they might put into something like this, especially with AMD now pushing these more complex iGPUs, these onboard integrated graphics on the CPU die. Thinking of things like the Ryzen AI Max Plus 395, which is one of their catchy titles for a CPU that they've got out at the moment, which is an absolute beast of a CPU. And the onboard iGPU is sort of getting to the point where it's rivaling an RTX 4060. So I'm curious to see in the next couple of years or so where that's going to go, and if that's what we're going to start seeing in the next generation of consoles, where we're not going to have the GPU and the CPU separated anymore, but rather it's all going to be one chip. So I'm curious about that.
Jolly good, jolly good. All good points, gentlemen. I think we're quite excited for what Xbox are doing here. But are we talking absolute rubbish? Are we being X-rated with our views of what we think might be coming here? Why don't you add to the conversation and write down in the comments below what you think, and then we can have a little chat about it afterwards, can't we? And always obviously respond to you in the comments, or maybe do a little video in the future to talk about if we get lots of good comments as well.
It's your letters, it's your letters, it's your letters, it's your letters.
So it's that time of the show again where we try and help the viewer out. Yes, it's your letters, and that's when a viewer writes in with a problem, and we try and solve it the only way we know how, by video games, because we're just nerds like that. What can I say? But let's pass this over to Damien to introduce it.
Some say the Dead Sea was alive before he swam in it. Others say he has a tattoo of Tim on his left buttock. All we know is he's the Gamesmeister.
Dear mortals, you dare to return to the sacred halls of gaming greatness? You have entered the Temple of Neon Wisdom once more, and I am your guide. The reader's letters are upon us, a time where brave souls send forth their most interesting, baffling, ridiculous, and sometimes thought-provoking dilemmas for us to solve. They seek answers, they crave guidance, but most of all, they plead for my unparalleled wisdom in the realm of pixels, polygons, and pure nostalgia. And it is down to you boys to decide their fate in the only way you know how, by playing video games. So, on to this week's letter. Dear Slot It In There crew, I have spent my entire life in a breathtaking kingdom. Rolling hills, grand architecture, and the ever-impressive fjord. A place of beauty and prosperity. Or at least, it used to be. Everything changed when the youngest royal ascended to the throne, and with her came an eternal winter. It turns out she's magical, an ability that everyone seems utterly enchanted by. But personally, I fail to see the appeal of a power that's turned our once thriving land into an ice cube. Sure, the snow-capped scenery has its charm, but our economy is in a freefall. A frozen fjord means no imports, no exports, and no trade. Businesses are collapsing. Livelihoods are vanishing, and frankly, I'm getting tired of shivering my way through another day. But while we struggle, the royals seem blissfully unaware, prancing around in their picturesque palace as though living in a whimsical Disney fantasy. So, drastic times call for drastic measures. I've taken it upon myself to seek out assistance, and wouldn't you know it, I've made a deal with a rather formidable figure from down under, Saint Tan. Unlike our Queen of Ice, this guy wields fire, a force that could thaw our land and restore balance. Imagine a kingdom where trade flourishes, crops grow without permafrost, and, best of all, a booming tourism industry with beach vacations instead of sledding accidents. This brings me to my dilemma. Should I rally my fellow citizens to rise up and overthrow our frostbitten ruler, placing Saint Tan on the throne to bring warmth, prosperity and economic revival, or am I simply a grumpy old man, reluctant to embrace change, doomed to gripe about the younger generation and their peculiar tendency to nap with reindeer? Perhaps I should abandon the idea of revolution and focus my energy on something more productive, say, launching a local ice hockey league. I turn to you. Why slot it in their team? What say you? Revolution or retirement? Your friend, Kimmy. So there you have it slotted in there, guys. What should Kimmy do? Should he side with Saint Tan and overthrow the royalties? Or should he look at creating a local ice hockey team and playing it more safely? The choice is yours. And as always, you boys can solve it in the only way you know how, by playing a video game. And this week, it will be Tim and Sean. And you will be battling it out on Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine on the Sega Mega Drive. First one to win takes the prize. Go.
So that's quite a predicament we've got there for the first episode of this season, and it's going to be Sean and Tim obviously fighting it out to solve it. But what do we think then generally, guys, altogether about the predicament there?
Personally, I think he should pull on his big boy pants, get out of the house, gather the troops, rally the troops, go to the castle and storm a revolution and take over the country and do things his way.
Yep, with the help of Saint Tan. Yep. Brilliant. That sounds a good one. What are your thoughts on it then, Tim?
Well, obviously ice hockey. Obviously. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of ice hockey? You got to get your elbows up, I think everybody knows what I'm trying to say. Ice hockey's awesome. Ice hockey.
Brilliant. Well, that's a clear cut for the actual fight, isn't it then, Sean versus Tim? We've got opposing views. Damien, do you have a view on it though? Which one would you pick?
Ice hockey, I think, because there's a lot of pucking around.
Can't argue with that. I'd probably go with you just overthrown it. I'm all for the economy and the working man, and helping that. And this Saint Tan guy just sounds brilliant. Like he's got his head screwed on. I think it'd do really well for the country. So I'm pretty much on Sean's side, and Damien's on Tim's side. So there you go, equal split. We're all happy doors. But let's see how he got on, guys.
Go Tim.
Well, here we are in the game, Sean. Mean Bean Machine. I know nothing about this, as always. Retro gaming is definitely not my forte. So let's see what options we have.
Okay, well yeah.
Well, you go on hardest, I'll go on easiest.
No, I'm going to go on the red dude on easiest because I have got
if you're doing it.
Not a clue.
Okay. So we're both going red dude. Let's do it. Let's see. So this is like Tetris, I think. Oh, okay. So okay. I can see how this works. I'm not linking my greens together very well.
Right. Okay.
It's all happening so quickly. Okay. Okay. What are these blocks about? Oh, you can destroy them. You get those odd blocks that just sort of come down really quickly, but you can get rid of them if.
I think they're when your opponent links. Oh God, I don't know. I'm getting confused now.
There's too much going on. I can't cope. Okay, I think I'm getting the knack. I think I'm getting the knack.
I wish I was.
Yeah, you're filling up there, bud. Oh, I should have done that better.
No.
Have I got this in the bag? Oh, I made a mess now. Right. Pack it in with those like heavy transparent blocks. They're not helping me. They're not helping, Sean. They're making it worse.
No. I am so bad at this.
Oh no! What's this? Oh no! What are you doing?
What am I doing?
I can't do anything with it. Oh my god. Oh, yes. I moved that one just in time. Right. Okay. Oh, I need a yellow. Give me a yellow. That's a yellow. Right. Eat that. I'll have to go there. Okay. Right. Oh my goodness. Wait.
Oh my god! What the hell?
I don't know. I'm panicking. What's going on? I can't remember where I live or what my name is anymore. This is not good. Oh no. I had the opportunity there to take some out and I didn't. Oh, that's good. That's okay. Right. No. Oh. Everything's piling up. Everything's piling up. Green. That's good. Green is good. Oh no.
No.
I can't get rid of anything on the right hand side. It's getting really out of control. Yes.
No.
Oh no. Oh, no. This must make for great viewing. No. Just two middle-aged men screaming at a computer. Okay. Oh no. Oh, you're looking really bad there. I hadn't checked your side.
I know.
That's looking pretty grim, mate. I think I might have this. Oh no, that's not helping.
No.
It'll do. Oh my god, it's getting too fast. Okay. Oh no.
No.
Yes, come on, drop those a little bit. Oh. Is the panic setting in yet? Oh no! That's right up at the top! Oh no, I needed to rotate that one once more. Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
No. Oh my god.
Yes. Come on, that drops everything down a little bit.
No.
Oh yeah! That
I did not have a clue.
That's quite panic-inducing. Let's never do this again. Let's never even talk about this again. Oh my goodness.
Cheers, Games Meister.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks a bunch, mate. Really, really great.
Oh, guys, it was like Les Miserables all over again. We thought there was going to be a great uprising, and no, Sean, you're just not very good at games, it looks like, mate.
If this is the way this season's going to go, with the Games Meister picking random old games on random old consoles, he clearly knows that I'm of the PC master race. I'm not a console gamer. So I was at a disadvantage. So, well, I rest my case.
I would have
Not
gone with
happy.
the console connoisseur.
I'm not a console gamer either, though, Sean. But, you know, somebody's got to lose. Zero-sum game, my friend. And you went down hard.
I'm choosing to ignore that information, Tim.
Go, Tim.
Yeah. We're
I'm not
very
a bad
modest
winner or
in
anything.
victories, aren't we, on this time here? But anyway, we got a decision there. So yeah, there's going to be no revolution. This guy just needs to chill out a bit because it's going to still be very cold. And just help the local youth. Do an ice hockey team and all that. Like you got a lovely ford there when it's frozen. Lovely scenery. Just chill in your retirement. But there you go. But if you have a problem that you want us to solve, make sure you get in touch and write to us, and we could help you in a future episode. And that's it. That's the end of the show. The end of the first episode of this brilliant season. We all had a great time. Well, I did anyway. I can't speak for the other guys, but I'm sure we did. What do people need to remember, Tim?
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing down below.
And don't forget to leave a comment.
And tickle the bell so you're notified of any future uploads.
Lovely. And as always, we like to leave a show with a very good quote to send you out into the ether and all that lot. And this one I picked from this one comes from the brilliance that was Albert Einstein. I know, a brilliant technical revolutionary with his great concepts of physics and all that lot. He's a great guy. Go and read his books. It's awesome. But one of the things he came up with, I think we could all relate to this one. Every person that works really hard in their life and, is working hard for the man, whatever field you work in. I just thought this will resonate with everyone. So that's why I picked this lovely quote. And it is, 2 things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe.
It is true.
So true. And on that blue screen of death, it's time to end the show. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.